And with spring break just around the corner, high gas prices could impact where you travel with your family this year. Thanks so much for joining us here at 4. I'm Shannon Brousseau.
I'm Brian Dorman. Gas prices in Tulsa have reached $3.79 a gallon, near $1 more than what we were paying this time last year. News on 6's Mallory Thomas has our top story.
AAA says that gas prices are rising faster than expected, but they say that families are still going to be traveling for spring break this month.
And this is from a half a tank.
So the price, or is it stopping you from driving at all?
It does. Only go where it needed. If I have to take my child to work, my daughter, or if I have to take my son to work, I'll get up and go take her. Or if I have to take my wife to work.
Chester West says the rising gas prices means less time on the roads and more time at home.
I just don't get out and drive for the sake of driving.
Just a couple of pumps away is Michael Rilletti. He's a driver for Domino's and DoorDash, which means filling up at least once a day.
Probably finish out the night and then still have about 160 miles, but then as soon as I'll have to do it tomorrow afternoon.
Michael also drives to Texas once a week to visit family. AAA expects to see record numbers of people traveling this month for spring break, even with higher gas prices.
The hikes in gas prices have occurred in such a short manner of time that I don't think it's really caught people ready for it in terms of long-term plans yet.
Leslie Gamble says Oklahoma is one of the cheapest places for gas, but warns the higher prices are expected to continue to go up.
We have not seen people abandon plans or start carpooling or do other things in terms of avoiding travel due to gas prices in the past. We know that we are, at least nationally, looking at uncharted territory.
As of this morning, prices for gas was at $4.09 a gallon. AAA says they just expect that price to keep going up. In Tulsa, Mallory Thomas, Oklahoma's Own News on 6.